A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, Patricia and David, on a fairly stormy sort of a day, but I went walkabout as usual, as it was a Monday. It was on and off, calm, sunny, occasional squally rain, then repeat of the whole process, and it's at the moment very unpleasant looking outside. It's 16 degrees. It was a high of 17 when I was walking. 10 knots from the west-southwest, but then a bit of squally stuff comes through with the rain. But the high is coming towards us and giving the boats on passage some nice southerly winds. It's 1023.5 and rising. So Adventurer, that's with Jeremy on board from Maryland. Venturer 2 actually is at 3142 south, give or take. 17649 east. Nothing like having a motor. It's just a steady 8.8030 true. And of course the 1 metre seas, so it's the seas are actually have gone down quite a bit.
It's a power boat?
It's the big old cray boat.
Oh.
So yes, it is a power boat. 30% cloud cover. They've got 7 knots of southerly, but they're going into a bit of probably up to about 15 before it drops away again as the wind backs a bit. So all going well there. Pagean, as I mentioned yesterday, arrived in North Minerva. I don't think he's going to need to do too much helping of the crayfish farmers, as I'll call them, because it sounds like there might have been a bit of success up there. But anyway, the 4 o'clock position report or forecast, God, I'll get around this somehow. The 4 o'clock weather actual was overcast with a bit of drizzle, 19 degrees southeast and 3 metre seas outside estimated, and 1020. So there's not too much of a pressure differential. The wind is 19 knots from the southeast. There are 6 boats there at the moment, all down the sort of the bottom, going across to the bottom east, southeast. So hopefully you're receiving everything okay. There's nothing much more to report. Of course, it's Sunday in the other parts of the world, and nothing much more to report from the bombing raid on the Iran nuclear sites. There's no, well, depends on who you listen to. Mr. Trump, of course, since they have been obliterated, they have responded that they had removed all the uranium from the sites. So that's still around somewhere, enough for about 8 bombs evidently. But anyway, there's a lot of destruction on the surface, of course, but nobody really has got a report of what's happening underneath the surface. So that's about all I've got at the moment. Is there any... Oh, the other bit of news is Mike on Andiamo. Mike and Debbie are back, and the boat will be ready to roll as soon as he's organised. That's about it from my news. I'll just see if there's anybody out there wanting to join us. Please call. This is Gulf Harbour Radio. No, nothing heard, so I will pass the microphone to the weatherman.
Well, good evening. As first said, an up and down weather day here at Gulf Harbour. I don't have a whole lot here, but I'll start with the general situation in the Southwest Pacific, where we see the new high rolling just southeast of Lord Howe Island. Central pressure quite a strong 1031 millibar. Now the axis of the high runs east, just generally east, well past Raoul Island. Now the isobars north of the axis run more or less west to east, fairly compressed, so expect fresh winds from the latitude of Lord Howe, which is about 30 south, give or take, north to the latitude of Futuna, which is north of Fiji. So, now for the troughs. There's a bunch. but I'll just talk about the ones in our cruising area that we're concerned about. So two of them. First, an active one runs from Fiji to Tonga and continues southeast to 30 south and 165 west. Weather for Fiji will have southeast winds 20 to 25 knots, increasing to 30 knots tomorrow, Tuesday. Very rough seas with moderate southerly swells. Now it looks the same for Wednesday. Now Tonga has issued gale warnings for the Hapais, Tongatapu, and North and South Minervas. Marine forecasts call for southeast 15 to 25 knots, gusting 35 to 40 through tomorrow. Rough seas up to 3.5 meters, and poor visibility in areas of heavy rain. The same forecast for Wednesday, but the seas are picking up to 4 to 5 meters.
Wow.
Pretty nasty. The second trough runs from Vanuatu to, well, it runs to about 23 south and 178 east. Now this is the axis of the trough, but looking at satellite imagery shows combined cloud from the first and the second trough. So it's just a mass of cloud looking at your satellite data. And so that's pretty much the story. I don't have much to add to that. So if anybody has any specific questions, come down.
No, nothing heard, although I think I heard a microphone be cleared. I was just looking at quite a group of boats in Fulanga. We haven't heard from anybody in Fulanga this year, apart from Shandon. Good evening to you guys. They're sheltering there along with a lot of other boats down there. So, yes, there's been some not very pleasant weather up in that southern Fiji area. Okay, is there anybody wanting to clarify anything? Please call now. Wow, it's a very, very light copy from you tonight, Angie. A good evening to you. Go ahead. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to put the preamp on, see if I can get a bit more oomph out of your signal. Go ahead. Over.
Sorry, I slept through the net last night, and the wind is doing about 17, 18 knots southeast, and cloud cover is 100%, and the barometer is, I believe, 1023. Temperature is 18 degrees C. Over.
18.
Did you say 18, 1-8? That seems very low. Over.
Yeah, it died off a little bit. It was a little higher earlier today.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. But I hear that the lobster catching success has really picked up well. Over.
You did. Where'd you hear that from?
I tell you what, you cannot go far without us knowing these sorts of things. Yeah, we have good supply of, what do you call it in the army, David?
G2.
G2, yeah. We have a lot of good G2 coming our way. Over.
Yes. Picked up a couple of lobsters, and there aren't as many as there were before, I think it's really, I advise people to be very conscious if they do get lobster, make sure that you don't have any lobsters that have eggs underneath it, and that
Oh, I wish I could have worked all that out, but the conditions are not very good tonight. But I'm very pleased to hear that you have got lobster. I wonder if you've got a pot big enough to cook them, because for me, it doesn't seem, I would not guess that a single-hander had a huge pot to put lobsters in, but who knows? I'm sure you've managed something anyway. Anyway, good to hear that you and Phil have had some success there. Yeah, all right. I'm not going to put it back to you because it's such a very difficult copy tonight. I haven't checked why the conditions are not that great, but there's obviously a bit of a problem. Boy, it might be weather related here because it's certainly kind of black clouds. Okay, good to hear you anyway. This is Gulf Harbour Radio. Is there anybody else? Yes, sort of. Phil, your signal is always pretty strong, and you're almost right next door to Andy. Go ahead, over.
Well, I just comparing signals. Yeah, so you're reading me very clear and him very weak. Over.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's very weak, but there was a lot of noise associated with his signal, whereas yours is really booming in. Over.
Okay, it's nice to get a one-on-one comparison, huh?
What's the wind?
Yeah, and I just looked at the meter here. It's strength 9, which is really, really good on the meter. So, and David is just confirming that it's 18 from the southeast, according to Andy.
Okay.
So, thank you. Yeah, no, it's your signal has been consistently pretty good, Phil. Over.
Okay, nice to know. Well, when I needed, I had it. Over.
Yep, you can mark that one off. Anything needed, don't do anything. All right. What was Andy talking about that I actually couldn't understand? Over.
He was saying that he believes people, and I agree with him, is that, be conscious of how many losses you take, don't overfish it, and also if there's females with eggs, don't, put them right back and don't kill them and eat them. Over.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really important for everyone to think of that, because the comments that Rich on Pagean has said, because he's been going there for years and years and years, and he's noted the, that people have in fact overfished, which is a big shame because it's such a special place. So yeah, just take what you can eat and enjoy it. So, and important to leave the females with the eggs. So, all right. Well, thank you for that and coming back. So, I don't think there's anybody else. I note that Taku is still there, so I guess they will be going tomorrow. I think I saw them there before. Oh, no, maybe they're not. Oh, well, I'll have to blow the thing up. But yes, it looks like Taku was still there and waiting for tomorrow. So cheers, everybody. If anybody wants the frequency, it's all yours. So we'll be back again tomorrow. Cheers all.